Good morning. Welcome to another Yoga or Home Friday moment. I'm Gina Reinhardt, also known as Gina Yogini, have yoga mat will travel, and so far, let's see, it's about 9:45. I haven't traveled much farther than the bedroom to here. I'm on my yoga ball, as you can see, and gonna make sure I stay covered up in my robe. And I'm just sitting here doing a quick practice before I head to Salem for the day, and I'm in front of my puzzle, which I always have a puzzle in progress, and have to post my YouTube. And so what I really wanted to think about now is talking about in the 3 P's of play, props, and practice. I'm always playing on my yoga ball, and one thing I think about often is riding horses. You can see I'm on my horse. My legs are kind of spread into that hero pose, or the horseman's stance, and I gently rock back and forth and breathe. And when I have one thing that I have to read from 2009, November 11, 2009, I got a response from a woman who we were taking a class over the phone with Sally Kempton, who used to be an author of the Yoga Journal, and she still may be, but it was a wonderful, wonderful class on meditation. And I had emailed Sally one of the first nights about my horse riding passion and wondering if why so many young girls and sometimes men have this passion for horses, and is it because of the way that our hips are positioned and that we're locking in our root lakra and getting that movement of our sacrum. And she said, I don't have horse riding experience. Sounds about good, and she gave a couple of her interpretations why horse riding would activate things. But then I got a response from a woman named Hira, and she told me how she would be glad to talk to me about horses. She was a true Texas cowgirl who rode English and Western most of her life, and she writes back from an experience of how she felt an awakening while riding her horse in a big event. And then now, all these years later, she's 66 years old, and she is a physical therapist, and she explained it to me this way. Trotting and cantering causes the sacrum to move anteriorly and posteriorly, causing the sacred bone to activate the cerebral spinal fluid, the sacred river of the spine. The breath changes and begins to flow with the sacrum. As the sacrum flexes, the breath comes in. As the sacrum extends, the breath flows out. The sacrum is often called the bone of respiration as well. This is the action on the sacroiliac joint, helps balance that articulation. With all this movement, which is upward, it causes the vertebral column to elongate upwards into what is called axial extension. One of my favorite sentences, she writes, is, after having ridden the sacred river of the spine, the ancient sages dwell in the caves of the Sahasrara, which is awakening, thus explaining why riding a horse gives us balance structurally, but also takes us to a deeper spiritual place. So my friend that I'm going to go visit in Salem when I finally get ready, she has many, many wonderful horse riding experiences that we like to share back and forth. And so if you just join me for a moment, we can just get into the rhythm of our own sacral breath and just think about your breath as you move back and forth. And think about your root lock is, if you think about holding a pea in really tight, or if you know about Kegels, just think about that. And as you do your breath back and forth, just rocking gently, and you can feel your spine rise and fall with your breath. And if you're a horse rider, enjoy the experience. Think about favorite places you've been. And I'd love for any of my horse riding people or people that have comments on this. I have 88 subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. And this is number 101. I'm so pleased. So thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.